Shalom Evracha, welcome to the weekly Shia Zera Shimshon. It's Thursday, Parshas Vayikra, Rish Chodesh Nisan Tavshim Pei-Vav. We are holding 2 weeks before the Heilige Leil HaSeder, the night that many tefillahs were niskabel in. As Sfarim HaKadoshim tell us, one of the skulas halayla is that it's a time that all tefillahs that were davened throughout the year, that sometimes were not niskabel, sometimes were nifsal, became puzzled and unaccepted. Leil HaSeder has the ability to push all those tefillahs to the place they're supposed to be. As matzah is called lechem oini, and Chazal say lechem oini means lechem she'oinim olav devarim harbe. There's a taich in the Hasidic Sfarim. There's devarim harbe that was said throughout the year. Many tefillahs, many tachnunim that Yidden said and expressed their wishes and their desires and the heartfelt bakashos. But those tefillahs weren't niskabel. So those devarim harbe get an answer on the Leil HaSeder. She'oinim olav devarim harbe. Because of the skulas hamatzah, all those tefillahs that were said throughout the year get a tshuva. And we have a direct line on the Leil HaSeder. Some people daven when the children say the manishtana, and we say the kan ha-ben shoyel. This is the time that the ben, which refers to every single yid, bonim atem l'Hashem elekeichem, davens and beseeches the Eibishter, his shoyel. He asks. Others daven by vanitzak el Hashem. We cry out to the Eibishter. And Leil HaSeder is known throughout the Doiros as a Zman Mesugel Ma'od for Kabbalas HaTfilas. And others have explained that's why we start off the Seder Halach Ma'anya in Aramaic. Normally we don't say anything in Aramaic. The reason is because we want the Malachi Asharis to take our tefillahs and bring them to the right place. Malachi Asharis don't recognize the language of Aramaic, so therefore we can't daven in Lashon Arami. Mash'en Kein Leil HaSeder, we have a direct line. We don't need the Malachim to bring up our tefillahs. The Shechina HaKadoshah is in our homes, and it's a Leila Kayoim Yoir. It's a night that turns into day. It brings darkness into light. It brings Choshech into Yoim. It brings Erev into Boiker. At that time, we don't have to use the Malachi Ashares, and we daven and we beg and we beseech for all our tzarachim, for the tzarchei haprat and the tzarchei haklal. And the entire month of Nisan is a month of Yeshuos, as we said last week in the Yoitzeres. HaChodesh asher Yeshuos boy makifois. It's surrounded by Yeshuos. Like in the year of Yitzias Mitzrayim, in that month we were zeichet to all those Nisim. The same happens every single year, time and time again. Year after year we zeichet to Yeshuos and to Kabbalas HaTfilas. Let's understand this in a new light with a piece of Zera Shimshon's Chusi Yagen Aleinu here in Parshas Vayikra, which is the Parsha of Karbonos, and he explains to us something very profound and something very important that we should know. Zog the Heilige Zera Shimshon, the Yishalmi says, there was a family called Beis Eli, Chofni Pinchas, that did an Aveira, and Hashem said they will not get a kapara although they bring Karbonos. Says the Yishalmi, Hashem promises that Beis Eli won't get a kapara with bringing karbonos forever. Says the Yishalmi, they won't get a kapara with a zevach with a mincha, with a carbon and with a minchas nedava. But if they daven and they beseech the Eibishter, then they will get a kapara. It would seem from here that davening is something that is more than a carbon. Their kabbanas won't be effective, but their tefillahs were. Im kain kol mitzvah kriti, ma'ishlo tefillah. If the diak is, the pasuk says zevach mincha not, so why does he say only tefillah does it? Maybe any other mitzvah. So I'm skipping here to the next page. Says as Shimshi, you know the answer is? Because the Gemara says in Brachas, Amr Ablaza, Gedoyla tefillah yoysim imaisim toivim. Tefillah is more powerful than all good deeds and all good actions. There's nobody greater than Moshe Rabbeinu with the Maisim Toivim that he did. Moshe Rabbeinu only merited to be answered by Hashem through davening. So we see that tefillah is the highest thing possible. Tefillah is more powerful, more impactful, and it's greater than all karbanos. Shanema lamadi rovs of chechem in Cain shapek ama. If that's the case, that the highest thing that exists is tefillah, so it makes a lot of sense. The diuk of the Yishalmi. Bezevach u'mincha ein miskape. You don't get a kapara with zevach u'mincha. Aval miskape ru b'tefillah. But you do get a kapara with tefillah. Shrei tefillah gedoyle yosef in a karbonos. Tefillah is the greatest thing. It's more than a carbon. So they were punished that their karbonos won't be niskabel, but the tefillah is. The tefillah is stronger. If that's the case, I don't understand. Tefillah is greater than karbonos. Why do we always cry in our tefillahs and we say, "Oh, and the shalmo parim sefasenu"? We don't have a Beis Hamikdash to bring the real thing, to bring a carbon. All we can do is talk about the karbonos, and hopefully that will be considered and reckoned as if we brought a carbon. Tefillah is greater than karbonos. The Kivinchis Balal, no, we daven, we don't need a carbon. So what's the understanding? What's greater, tefillah or karbonos? If we are proving from the Yishalmi that tefillah is greater, so why do we sit on the floor Tisha B'Av? Why do we bemoan the fact we don't have a Beis Hamikdash and all we can do is daven? What do you mean all you can do is daven? Daven is greater. Says the Zeir Shimshon, of course davening is greater, but it depends where you're going to daven. Not in every place do we say that davening is greater than karbonos. There's some places that tefillahs are niskabel, and some places that tefillahs are not so niskabel. You know where tefillahs are niskabel? Only in the Mokim HaMikdash, only in a place of kedusha. Uvazeh nicha miyom shachara Beis Hamikdash ninadu shari tefillah. It says the shari tefillah closed. Kloimar means those places are called the gates of tefillah and they're closed. Not as big. Those sha'arim are closed because of the charbon abayis. The gates are closed. But if we will manage to get the gate open, then we won't have to moan that we don't have a Beis Hamikdash to bring karbonos. We wouldn't need karbonos. We would have the karbonos and tefillahs. But the problem is we can't get the tefillahs in. The tefillahs can only be niskabel via Beis Hamikdash. And since the Beis Hamikdash is destroyed, therefore the shar of tefillahs has closed. Ninalu shar tefillah. Therefore, we are not able to daven the way we're supposed to. We say with worry, when we brought the carbon, then we went into the Beis Hamikdash, and in the place of kedusha, our tefillahs were niskabel. True, tefillahs is greater than karbonos, but that's only in the right place. In the Makom Kodesh, when we had a Beis Hamikdash, Zeh Shara Shemayim. But since Mifnei Chateinu Galinu Ma'aretzeinu, therefore when Nisrachaktum Alad Meseinu Ve'enachnu Choyim Lasas Choyim, we can't do it. We are limited. We are compromised. Miyom Shechar Beis Hamikdash, the Shara Tefillin in Alu. And that's why we have a real problem in Golos. We have to find a way to open up those gates. Once we open up those gates, then those tefillahs that we daven will be greater than all the karbonos and all the menachos. So Beis Eli, we're told they are able to storm the heavens with the tefillahs in the Beis Hamikdash. The karbonos not, tefillahs yes. But nowadays we don't have those sha'arim to be open. There are times in the year that the Eibishter opens up those gates. It's mavur in this Farim Agdoshim from the Zoyar. One of those nights where it's called Sha'arim Psuchen, the Eibishter open up the gates, is Leil HaSeder. And we stand in front of the Shechina, and the Eibishter B'chachmo Poiseach Sha'arim. He opens up the Sha'arei Tefillah, and every Yid sitting by this Seder has the ability to daven, to beg, to plead by the Eibishter. And this is this incredible gift, the incredible matana of the Eibishter, and the meriting opportunity, the Leil HaSeder. This is the time of the year that our tefillahs are this kabel. Once we open up those gates, then halach ma'anya di'achala v'sana ba'arad Mitzrayim. We have the poor breads, which means our tefillahs that were poor, but the tefillahs get this kabel, and it's oinam olav devarim harbe, and we are zoiche that the Eibishter is shemeh tzakosenu v'kana ben shoyl. The bottom ativ Hashem lekechem davens to the Eibishter, and we are zoiche to Yeshua's boy Makifos, or the Eibishter helfen. Our tefillahs haklal and tefillahs haprach bin eskabel, and the schus of the Heiliges Zereshim Shen Yagim Adenu. We should continue to see Nisim and Eflois, and be zoiche to the ultimate geula. Bias b'shiach tzedkeinu b'meher b'meinu. A good chodesh and a good Shabbos.